welcome back to Cooking with Aidan. I think it's part 8, and from the title, we're making chicken nuggets, chicken nuggies, I like to say. So we're making those today. Kind of like a disclaimer, we're going to be using chicken, and it's kind of gross. So if you don't like chicken or don't like looking at chicken, then probably click off. But yeah, we're working with chicken, so yeah, we're going to get down and dirty. It's going to be kind of gross. But, yeah, let's get started with the recipe. And also, I got not necessarily crazy socks, if you can see it, but we got some Maryland socks today. So, told you I'd be wearing new socks. So, yeah, we got Maryland socks. Okay, so I'm going to take you over to the sink so we can get our chicken out of its packaging and onto our cutting board. Alright, so for this, you're going to need your chicken. And I thawed mine out in a Tupperware, so I still have that Tupperware, a fork, and some scissors. I have kitchen scissors that we use just for the kitchen, and you're also going to need your cutting board. Cutting board that you'll put your chicken on when you're done. So you're going to cut through chicken, try and get a good cut. Might be a little weird. Scissors aren't the best. So got through. Alright, so we're going to open it up as much as you can. You're going to grab your fork and pick up the chicken using the fork. And if I can get it, it's actually, there we go. I'm going to get our chicken, and then we're going to grab our cutting board and put it on our cutting board. And then we're going to get our second one and do the same. Oops, sorry. And then I'll meet you back at the cutting board. Oh, and also wash your hands once you're done with this, because chicken equals disease, and you don't want disease. So, and there's also going to be chicken juice, and you can just put it in your sink, and then throw away the wrapper, and then wash your hands. I'll see you when that's done. And we're back to the cutting board. I'm actually going to bring you down here so we can cut the chicken. And yeah, so we got our chicken. I'll turn on the light so it's easier to see if that helps any bit. So yeah, so let's make an example. We'll take this piece of chicken. This one you can set aside. And don't touch your face because you got chicken guts on you. So you're going to take your knife, and your knife is going to get dirty. And you see this white part, this gross little white part? You want to cut that off. It's okay if you get some chicken in the process. You don't want that. That is gross. It's not going to taste good. I think it's the tendon, and you're not going to want it. So cut all of the white stuff off because it's not going to taste good. Try and get as much as you can off. And then, here's some. Alright, so we got it off. And then you're going to cut it into strips long ways or horizontally. And you can also do the same recipe just with chicken strips, which you'd cut it like this and just have long strips instead of nuggets. But I'm going to be doing nuggets. So then you do this, and you're going to cut it. And that's a good size nugget. Good size. So I will see you when all of these are cut, and do the same for your second piece of chicken. And if you want to make more, then make more chicken. You'll just have to get more chicken. So yeah, I'll see you when this is done. Right. So we got our chicken. It's all cut. That's the icky tendons, and that's the pile of chicken nuggets. So we're actually going to put this to the side. And we're going to put it over there. And now we're going to start on our dredge, or our flour mixture. So for your dredge, you're going to need, to start off, you're going to need a bag and put some cornstarch in it. I would say just a couple spoonfuls of cornstarch. And we're going to put this in. This will help them get very crispy, and you want crispy chicken nuggies. So you're going to put it in a bag. It's a little messy, but we'll clean it up. So you got that. And then you're gonna take a new knife. So you don't want you don't want to touch your old dirty knife. So that's gross because it has chicken guts on it. You're gonna take your cutting board and be careful with this because again it is chicken. And you're gonna get your bag open. Actually, we are gonna have to touch the chicken. So take this, put your chicken nuggies in it. Put them all in there. There's a lot of them. And then you set your cutting board in your sink after throwing away the tendons. And you're gonna wash your hands again. This one is not dirty though. Alright, so we got our bag of chicken nuggies in the cornstarch and we're gonna get that closed. And then move them around and try to get every single chicken nugget covered in cornstarch. Alright, those look pretty covered. And now we're gonna get on to our flour dredge and our eggs. So, I'm gonna bring you down here. So, you can set aside those for now. So you're gonna take one bowl, big enough bowl that you can fit the chicken nuggets in them. And you're gonna take some spoonfuls of flour, put it in. You need a good amount of flour, and you're probably, depending on the size of your bowl, you're probably gonna have to renew this amount of flour, but that's enough for now. Then, you're gonna add in a little bit of salt, and actually do it in your hand first, so you know how much you're doing. So you won't be able to see the salt in the flour. Drop that in. Then your pepper. Drop that in. If it looks like you need more, it's up to your preference. And then I like putting in some garlic powder. And then some chili powder for a little bit of a kick. And then take the same spoon that you used to get the flour and mix it around. And that will be your dredge. And if it looks like you need more, then feel free to add more. But yeah, there you have your dredge. And then, in another bowl, you're gonna take, you're gonna take 2 eggs and crack them in your bowl. One and 2. And then you're gonna beat your eggs. Till it looks like you could scramble them. And again, you're probably gonna need more, but this is good for now. Alright, so we got our eggs, our dredge, and we have our cornstarch chicken nuggets. So, this is where it gets a little bit complicated. You got 2 bowls, and you got this. So, this is how it's gonna work. And you're also gonna need an extra plate to put the chicken nuggets on when they're done. So, you're gonna take one hand from the cornstarch and put them in to the egg. Then you're gonna take your other hand, take that and put it in the flour, and then take your other hand and move it around. Because you wanna have one hand for the egg and one for like the flour and the cornstarch. So, and your hands are gonna get dirty and kind of gross. So you're gonna take one, put it in the egg, take this hand, move it around and get it completely covered in the egg. And then you're gonna put it in the flour and mix it around in the flour. And then try and douse it in there. And then you got one chicken nugget. And then do the same for the next few. And put those in, and you can do multiple at a time. It depends on what you want to do. And then douse it in. I try and keep one hand for each, but eventually it kind of falls apart. And you're going to get your fingers cakey, but it's really up to you. I'm messy when I cook, but it's up to you. That's a tiny chicken nugget, but yeah. And then we'll keep doing this until all of them are covered. And if you need to get more flour or more egg, then just wash your hands and get the egg and stuff. Because you probably are, depending on how much you make. And again, this recipe you can make more if you need more. Like if you're cooking for a whole family, 2 chicken breasts aren't going to do it. You're going to need like 4 or 5 or something like that. So it's really up to you. And the more you get it caked on, the crispier they probably will be. So you gotta cake them completely. Put them in your dredge and completely get them covered on every angle of the flour. Toss them a bit, and yes, it does get messy, but trust me, these are gonna taste so good. So I'm gonna wash my hands and stop this video, but I'll see you when I've got all these done. So we got all of our chicken nuggies in the dredge. So now